welcome back to my channel, and excuse the look. I was just bored and I wanted to do a sort of rock star look since I've been watching RuPaul's Drag Race and their makeup's kind of inspiring me. Anyway, what do you think about this look? It's kind of like purplish. It's not really black. There's no black except for the eyeliner, of course. And I used the Wet n Wild Lust palette. I love Wet n Wild eyeshadows. It's amazing. They're so pigmented and they're so easy to work with. I am going to be showing you my full coverage foundation routine, and when I say full coverage, this is the kind of makeup I do when I'm in front of the camera and there are artificial lighting around me that washes out the face. So if you don't know the concept about it, if you have flash photography or artificial lights around you, it washes out the face, so it has to be extra, you know. So I will be doing an everyday foundation routine. Don't worry about that. I'll be using different products, so don't be overwhelmed like, whoa, you're putting on so much product on your face. Yeah, but it's not really that much. It might look like it's too much, but it's really not. So I hope that you enjoy this tutorial. If you have any questions, just comment below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. And let's get right down to it. Before anything else, make sure to use a face primer whether or not you have oily skin, because this will fill in the pores and the fine lines in your face so you won't have any creasing when you put your foundation on. Then I'm just using the Hard Candy Glamouflage Concealer because it is quite heavy duty, and I'm just using this to highlight my face. And you don't necessarily have to do this, you can just directly go to your foundation, but I like doing this because when it comes to cameras and flash photography, your face looks really flat. So to give more dimension, you need to highlight, conceal, and just blend it together with your foundation. This is very common when performers do makeup for stage. Now I'm just using my actual foundation, and this really blends with my actual skin color, and I'm just going to place this on the outside areas of my face because, like I said, I highlighted my face earlier, and this will give more dimension to it instead of it looking really flat and just one shade, and this will emphasize my face when I contour it later on. And I'm just using a buffing brush, and I'm using a very light hand because if you don't, you're just removing the product that you applied. And I'm just trying to make sure that it's well blended with the highlight concealer that I applied earlier. And that's how it will look like. So you can see that there's dimension on my face already. Now I do have acne scars, so I'm going to reinforce the foundation with cream concealer, and I'm individually picking out my scars and applying the concealer there to make sure that they don't pop out of nowhere. And after that, I am going to set it with powder that is the exact same color as my foundation. And I'm doing this because I want the concealer to stay put the entire day. I don't want it to move anywhere. And if I just generally powder my face instead of individually patting the powder on the concealed areas, it'll just look really heavy and cakey, and it's not really covering anything. So that's why I use a small brush and pat the powder on top of each scar. And now I'm going to set the highlight concealer that we did earlier. You can use any highlight powder or just a powder that is lighter than your skin tone, and use a really dense brush to pat it. And I said pat because patting will allow the powder to blend well with the foundation or the concealer instead of making it look really cakey and unnatural. Now I'm going to use a translucent or high definition powder to set everything because I do have oily skin and I don't want to get shiny at the end of the day, and I want to make sure that I have minimal retouching. So this will not affect the color on my face. It will just set everything and make it look more well blended. This is just a cream foundation that is darker than my skin tone, and I'm using it as a contour because it gives it more definition, and when it comes to flash photography and going on camera, you really want to make it look more exaggerated, especially if you have a round face or you don't have angles on your face and you don't have cheekbones. I really had to recreate that using this. And to make the cream foundation set, I'm going to use a powder that is the same color and that will just define the contoured areas a lot more, and it will give you a fake cheekbone and generally make your face look smaller. And since I'm obsessed with having high cheekbones and I'm so frustrated that I don't have it, I'm going to define the hollows of my cheeks a lot more by using the highlight powder we used earlier and placing it underneath the contoured area. And this will really make it pop and make it seem like you actually have high cheekbones even if you're not. And I'm just using the same darker powder to contour my nose. And when you contour your nose, make sure you don't have a harsh line on it. Make sure that you blend it downwards and include your nostrils, especially if you have wide, big nostrils. This will really help slim it down and make it look smaller and more straight. Now I'm just going to use two different kinds of blushes that blend well together because I want it to look well blended and it will have a gradient effect. And I'm going to set everything with my e.l.f. makeup setting spray or any setting spray that you have. And this will just make everything blend together and get rid of the cakiness. So that's it for my foundation routine. Thank you so much for watching, and like I said, if you have any questions, comment below. Hit me up on Facebook or tweet me. Yes, I will try to get back to you as soon as I can, I promise. And what else? Did I forget anything? I do have a skincare routine, and if you haven't watched it yet, it is my daytime routine. I will be coming up with my nighttime routine probably after this one. Yeah, so if you haven't watched it, I will link it down below, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!